What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Greg Miller Superman trailer reaction, perhaps your last one for 2025 as we hurtle towards James Gunn's Superman on July 11th, 2025. I'm your one host, Greg Miller. Kind of Funny's resident super fan boy, as you are all well aware, I am sure. I bid you a fair and welcome and healthy day. I hope you're having fun out there. I sure am, because of course we are exactly 1 month from the brand new Superman motion picture starring David Corenswet, of course Rachel Brosnahan, the one, the only Nicholas Hoult, all by the one, the only James Gunn. If you've been following my 18-year journey on the internet, you are no stranger to my obsession with the Man of Steel. I have loved Superman my entire life. Don't have any recollection of when I found him the first time because it's been with me that long. You've probably seen me nerd out, talk about Superman and casting choices and all sorts of things here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Maybe when I was doing the original Greg Ways on the original channel, maybe just hear about me at IGN talking about it. Maybe you've been with me since the Columbia Daily Tribune when I reviewed Superman Returns for them. They did a whole multimedia presentation on it too. Lost to the Ages. If you can find it good, I'd love to see it again. But they did a whole thing where they sent a photographer with me and I did a VO and there was like, it was a whole thing. It was really cool. But yeah, that site's been changed a million times. But good luck looking into it. As I said, it is Wednesday, June 11th. We are 1 month away from July 11th when you will see Superman. Of course, tickets are on sale for the motion picture. A final trailer came out. If you're like me and you're an Amazon Prime member, you have Twitch Prime, and you should give Kind of Funny over on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames your free Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime subscription that you probably don't even know you have, but you have it, and it expires every 30 days, so you need to give it to somebody. Give it to us. Anyways, if you're an Amazon Prime member like myself, you may have bought tickets like I did to see Superman on July 8th. There's a lot going on, as you know, but more importantly, there is a trailer here. This is all very kismet, because of course I had done today's Greg Way about, hey, it is 1 month from Superman's release date. If you don't know, Greg Way is one of your perks if you are a Kind of Funny member. Of course, the Kind of Funny membership is you giving us $10 a month, getting all of our shows. That's more than 20 a week, more than 80 a month ad-free, and a daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a 15 to 20-minute podcast that I do each and every weekday, adding up to 4 hours of exclusive podcasts, all from my car. Today's is about, though, Superman and how we're a month away, and I'm now at that dangerous part where I don't want to know more, but I still need to know more, and I will continue to consume and buy everything. I am wasting so much money on this motion picture. I'm currently planning to see it 5 times, and those are just the planned. I have dates and times in mind versus when I will actually get pulled in to see it again. But beyond that, they keep putting out popcorn buckets. I just shared on Instagram my stories, the Cinemark one of they've got now one of the popcorn buckets is Crypto holding a popcorn bag that you put the popcorn in there, and then they've got other ones that look like dog bowls. You know I'm gonna have to get 2 of those to give to my dog Cole. You know I'm gonna need the Crypto holding the popcorn for myself. The Canadian Superman popcorn buckets are in fact these Daily Planet newspaper stands. Apparently, I'm gonna need one of you Canadians to send me that. I will continue to burn money on Superman. This shirt, I bought it as soon as they put it up from DCComics.com, and look, it's already broken up. I will just keep buying them. It doesn't matter that it was a bad print-on-demand shirt. I will keep buying them because I have no self-control when it comes to Superman, the movie. Before we go any further, I'll remind you, of course, housekeeping. I already promoted the fact that you can go get your Kind of Funny membership to get it ad-free. But maybe you're watching or listening to this screencast on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Apple or Spotify, or any of the other podcast services where you can get this show completely free. If you are, please like, subscribe, share, leave a review, leave a comment for the algorithm. Of course, tell your friends that there's this nutball Superman fan that everybody should come watch and do stupid stuff with and enjoy Kind of Funny. Of course, like I said, spend money if you got it, if you want to do that. Usually we do these things live. We can't live react to movie trailers because that's what gets us banned from YouTube. It turns out. Putting them up later, fine. Watching them live screws everything up. But of course, you've already got the Kind of Funny Games Daily. You've already got the Gamescast. They're over there streaming Dune Awakening right now. There's a lot of great content, and it wouldn't happen without our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney Twining. Today, we're brought to you by X-Reel and Factor. We'll tell you about that later. For now, it's time for me to watch this Superman trailer and then react. I've been reacting a lot to these. You'd think that would make them shorter. It often makes them go longer. So Barrett is going to hit it. We're going to see it. I have not watched this trailer. I don't know how much of it is new. I hope not that much is new. I hope we come out of it. I say ads. We come back and I'm like, hey, that was pretty chill. See you later. I didn't ruin the movie for myself, but let's see what we got.
Superman.
Fuck is good.
The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned.
Exactly what I said would happen.
I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Make a move, Big Blue.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Buckle up.
Ah, baby Joey! Baby Joey made it! It's Joey!
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Oh, that symbol. Whoa. Oh, put the
Hey,
DC
buddy.
Studios logo on top.
Eyes up here.
All right, Bear, there's what I like to call no Tim here. There's no time to fuck around. Run it back right away. Run it back, please, with volume and everything else.
Superman.
I was still lost in the sauce. I didn't read the words. There was
Powerful
words.
being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned. I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with.
The chemistry between these two.
Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
What is going on in front of Luther there? I can't wait to see when we go back for frame by frame.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
July 11th.
Make a move, Big Blue.
This soundtrack. Baby Joey! Goddamn right we will.
They chose him. Let them die.
Nicholas Holt killing it out there.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
That's a hell of a trailer. It gives me more without ruining much. Okay, so it's expanding, it seems, on a lot of scenes we've seen before, which I appreciate without giving me too much more to go on. When you see Superman here on all fours but upside down holding this building, this is one I've seen kicked around a lot in terms of screenshots. I think one of the TV spots is using it. I've stayed away from the TV spots. Don't need to do this. Of course, Miss Tessmacher, Lex, the engineer, and Ultraman entering into the Fortress of Solitude. Something, I predicted since the first trailer. Killing all the robots, sure, why not? Well, the things I have questions about are going to be freeze frame stuff that we'll get to. Him punching the one Luthor Core guy seems interesting. Why would he punch that guy? Who his powers? Because, I was thinking, is that Ultraman? But it isn't, because he's got the Luthor Core shit on. Then, right there, I want to know who's in front of Lex. We'll get to it in a second when we do frame by frames. And then there was the other one that was catching me off guard. Shit, I've lost it, but it's about to come around in the trailer again. That I don't need it ruined, and I'm glad they're not ruining it, but they're giving me more morsels to chew on. Oh, Mr. Terrific yelling at me, get up here, and I'm doing important stuff or whatever. Very funny, very cute, very good, very James Gunny, right? And again, leaving Superman. Oh, I know what I was getting to. It's right up here in a second. Don't pause it yet, though. But we have an Ultraman fight coming up here between Superman, and he's using heat vision. He's using heat vision. Of course, as we've all talked about on these things, as you know, there's the Luthor Core guy. Ultraman, comic-wise, usually just the Mirrorverse, Earth 2, whatever, evil Superman. So there's been so much conversation of who's going to be under the mask as Ultraman. Is it just going to be David Corn Sweat again with a different haircut when he pulls it off? Is it going to be Henry Cavill, which a lot of people have been theorizing on? Again, seeing the heat vision on heat vision there definitely seems to drive home the point that they're not getting. Maybe the other one, of course, that's been out there that I'd float as well, but I've been burned on this prediction before. Maybe it is Bizarro. Maybe Lex cloned this Superman. That's who he's running as Ultraman. The mask gets removed. It's him, and that sends him off to me. But I'm getting too into it. I want to know all this stuff, too. I assume these are Lex guys, but we'll get into all that right after we, of course, remind you that we couldn't do this kind of stuff. We couldn't have this kind of set. We couldn't have this amazing tech. We couldn't have this amazing team without your support on patreon.com/kindafunny, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, Apple or Spotify. On all 4 platforms, you can pick up the Kinda Funny membership, get all of our content ad-free, of course, get your daily dose of me, and of course, get good karma for supporting a business you hopefully love. But right now, you're not using your benefits, so here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode's brought to you by X-Real. Y'all know that a few months ago, my life changed forever when I brought a pair of X-Real 1 AR glasses on a long flight to New York. I legit could not believe how easy it is to use and high quality my experience was playing games, watching movies, TV shows on the plane without just too much extra stuff around me, or especially not a giant goofy headset around my head. No joke, this is my favorite new tech product in years, and it has earned a permanent spot in my travel bag. It is only hard to believe that it works as well as I'm saying until you try X-Real 1 AR glasses for yourself. And then you will see that the future is now. The tech is here. Connect X-Real 1 glasses to wherever you are playing, whether it's a handheld console, a PC, phone, home console. You just get a massive 150-inch virtual screen anywhere, anytime, for any game. Gaming on the go like a long-haul flight, you need the X-Real 1. Neck starting to hurt from staring down at your handheld? We've all been there. You need an X-Real 1. A screen as big as your wall. Instant plug and play with all of your devices via USB-C. Built-in audio with sound by Bose, anchoring your screen anywhere in space. It's awesome. It just works. Zero latency at 1080p full HD. These are what make X-Real 1 a must-have. And we hear X-Real 1 Pro is coming soon with an even bigger virtual screen. Hit our link below to get your X-Real glasses today. There's nothing better than when a sponsor of Kinda Funny is something that we are legitimately obsessed with, and that is exactly the case here with X-Real. You're gonna hear me talking about these forever. Go to kindafunny.com/X-Real. That's kindafunny.com/XREAL. I promise you, you are going to love these things. This episode's brought to you by Factor. Summer Game Fest is here. The Switch 2 is here. The sun is here. So many summer things are here. And the number one thing you don't want to be doing all summer, spending hours cooking inside. That's where Factor comes in. Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well. We love Factor here at Kinda Funny, and Greg's often making and enjoying meals quick in between shows here in the studio. I just had a roasted garlic chicken, and I'm telling you, you would have loved it. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Get started at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off and use code kindafunny50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's kindafunny50 off at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off.
And you're back with me, Greg Miller, for more Superman trailer reactions. Bear, what do they call this trailer? I don't ever want to get spoiled, so I never look at it. Did they call it Superman the final trailer? They call
It just says on YouTube, Superman tickets on sale now.
Okay, the Superman ticket is on sale capitalism trailer. Got it. Perfect. Love that. Of course, like I said, 1 month removed. You already heard all that. Let's jump back into it. You can let it play, and I'll tell you when to stop and rewind, and I'll try to be very nice about it, Bear. First off, stop and rewind. Can you go back? I imagine... Okay, cool. Yeah, just shit falling out of the building there. I was like, obviously the DCEU and Snyderverse got so much shit in Man of Steel for the destruction of Metropolis and the deaths it would have caused. I'm looking forward to seeing how they've evacuated all of those buildings already so nothing bad would happen. Also, those kids should be running with more pep in their step from it. I digress, though. More stuff falling down. You see Superman going out of his way to save this one lady in a car here. Good for him. And yeah, doing this all for cat pounce flight maneuver. Worth calling out from the overall here. Goddamn, does Nicholas Holt's Lex sound good? He's just doing a great performance there if somebody pissed off at Superman. Of course, here it is, Miss Tessmacher herself, Lex, entering into the Fortress of Solitude to kill all these robots. And again, we'll see what they're up to here. You'd imagine this is to get the Phantom Zone projector or whatever they call it, based on the fact that it does seem Phantom Zone's pulling a big part of this. Most combat we've seen here is all the robots, if you want to rewind and just do a couple takes of the robots getting destroyed there. Of course, I'm well-versed in robot number 4. That's Alan Tudyk, right? I want to pronounce the name right. It's not that I don't know who it is. I have him at home because I bought all the Superman action figures for my son, and then was able to assemble the robot. But you see the engineer tossing a disc here, just cutting this. Lex doesn't even fucking blink. You know what I mean? Ice cold. And getting up to this Kryptonian console with that. Of course, we've already seen the robots used to heal Superman, and I think you see later in this trailer, I do believe we're playing that out of order. It would strike me that the crypto home moment that we're also well versed in would come before this, probably introducing the Fortress of Solitude. That way we understand when Lex gets here later. Again, as you look at this, just gorgeous set design and something I don't think we see, period, let alone in what we've seen live action Superman to begin with, right? Of course, as you probably, hopefully, I hope are aware, tomorrow on Thursday begins Kind of Funny's Superman in Review, where we watch and rank all the Superman movies leading into this Superman one. I just watched it last night, so it's fresh on my mind. I'm sure you've seen it before, but as much as we all sit here and love the Richard Donner Superman the movie, and we'll see what Tim and Andy, who have never seen it before, are going to think, which is mind-boggling to me. That so set us on the course of the Fortress of Solitude is this, and it's ice crystals, and it's weird Kryptonian crystal tech or whatever. I love this look because it looks so pulled straight from All-Star Superman and what the consoles kind of look like there. This weird alien future, but also kind of retro, and you also see all these crystals poking out of it, like a nice way to give it more of a James Gunn look to it, but I mean a look all its own, which I really appreciate, as this looks so science fiction, which really isn't what we've seen before, whether I'm talking about Superman the movie, whether I'm talking about Smallville, what their cave or Fortress of Solitude looked like, even if I'm talking about what it was like, and I know I'm mincing and getting weird with the Kryptonian ship and all that jazz from the Snyderverse and all that jazz. But I digress. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you, Bear. Ultraman is slamming him down here again. Can we pause it? Because let's talk about the Daily Planet. This is something I, as a kid, could only dream of when I was watching the Christopher Reeve movie, right? Of like the Daily Planet just not having a dope ass globe on top of it. The fact that they have it here, again, the style of Metropolis, the color palette of this movie, so into it. Love what I'm seeing out here. Can't wait to see it all in motion, how they go. Thank you, Barrett. You may roll with this. I will stop you again right here. Let them yeah, there you go. The chemistry that these two have. You might say, Greg, you've only seen the trailer. How do you know their chemistry? Well, first off, the conversation in the last trailer, right, where she's interviewing him and he gets angry. I love that from you're in a relationship and this is how it kind of works, right? As he goes into Superman mode, she goes into reporter mode, and then he gets mad because he's going into boyfriend mode, she's in girlfriend mode. But Entertainment Weekly put up yesterday they started putting out a whole bunch of stuff about Superman. And one of them was this scene, it's a promo shot or whatever, but it's 3 phone booths next to each other. Rachel Brosnahan's in one, like interviewing somebody, taking notes, and then the camera pans to the second one. Corn Sweat's in there getting ready. She comes in, like pushes him up against the wall and like fixes his tie and does it. And it's like, damn, like they don't even kiss in this because it's just what, but it's like, it's fucking hot. And then they go one over and it's James Gunn. I was like, I didn't need to see James. Yeah, I love James. James is great. You had me going here in a certain direction, then you swerved me with James Gunn.
He just wants to watch them, Greg.
It wasn't a cuck booth, all right? 3 side by side. You couldn't see in. And then they also put up one that's the entire cast doing a tug of rope with Crypto, which I thought was really cute. Please play. But the chemistry these two have. Of course, here we go. But yeah, again, this is something I've come back to as I always try to ruin the movie for myself and figure out exactly what's happening. Clark hurting here. Back in Smallville, laid on the bed, Ma and Pa rubbing him, and he's got some kind of, it looks like almost the doomsday virus creeping up his neck. I doubt that's what it is, of course, but something to that effect. Is it just kryptonite poisoning? Has he just broken out of the glass box we've seen him in before? I highly doubt that. That seems like he breaks out of that to have to stop the villain in the final third act. But still interested to see where this is. Again, maybe this is back to the Crypto home thing, but I doubt it. Maybe Superman's just eating shit this entire movie as he needs to, so the world understands that Superman is not a boring and vulnerable character who can rewind time. Barrett, back to you. Iconic. Now, pause here. We got a lot of lights on in the studios. I got to see, is this just a statue? Because it strikes me no. Okay, no. No. I was going to say, is it just a statue, this being in front of Lex here? But no, it is moving, and we are in Lex's holding cell for metahumans. We've seen this one where this is the one, if you've seen the other trailers, if not, or my trailer breakdowns, because there's more intense in the trailer. This is where eventually Superman's going to be penned up with Metamorpho while Metamorpho is doing kryptonite to wound him, right? So as I look here, like this person thing, it could be Metamorpho, but it doesn't look like it's that. And they can do anything in color gradients, but they haven't. I'm going to say it's not Metamorpho, and I don't think it's Baby Joey. It looks too lanky, too tan. Let it move it back and forth, Bear, because there's the thing's dancing, the thing's moving.
Also, does Baby Joey get bigger?
Who knows? We don't know. Baby Joey's an original James Gunn creation. We're not sure Baby Joey's power set yet. We will. You know what though? Here's something interesting to keep in the back of your head. As I've only watched this trailer as much as you have in this video. It looks like there's tendrils, which I was like, oh, maybe that person is tied up. I know when we see Baby Joey's big screen debut here in a second, it's Superman, Baby Joey, and Metamorpho, and there's a bunch of tendrils there too. Maybe this is the tendril creature. Maybe this is Brainiac. It isn't, but maybe it is. Let's keep going. Superman get his ass kicked, of course. Needs to get his ass kicked. We need to reset the power balance here. Lex looking smug as fuck. Robots picking him up. We've seen this. We know this one. Director James Gunn. This is a great bit here of him healing. Pause. Yeah, I'm going to want to try to read everything. The Big Belly Burger there. We got the MTA, Metropolis Transit Authority. I'm going to run up on the screen. Leave it right there, okay? Barrett, tell them about your favorite album while I'll be off mic.
Right now, everybody, I am listening to Turnstile's new album, Never Enough, and it's very good. It's one that I weirdly think Nick Scarpino would be into. It's a lot of like older vibes of a bit more hardcore, but then a bit more like weird and vibey, a little bit Rage Against the Machine that I think Nick Scarpino would be kind of into. So I'm listening to that a lot right now, and it's very good. I highly recommend it.
All right, pretty big waste of time for me to go up there. Great, you're great, Barrett. I've been listening to that Turnstile album too. It's good. The stuff up there is called Sphere, and it looks like some kind of apartment complex. I wonder if somebody's Lex or some other science fiction person has started a Sphere condominium, private world or whatever. And then Metropolis Transit Authority just says take public transit, and it's like save some money or some shit. I always thought there might be a play on Superman or something there. There wasn't. But this is the kaiju we know well from the toy that Ben has. That's when he eventually, spoilers, this guy's going to get punched underneath the chin and his belly's going to open up and slime is going to pour out.
Ew.
That's what the toy does. I assume that's what this does. I also assume there's supposed to be a baby kaiju, I think, too, based on toys, but maybe
Do you
that's...
think it's Baby Joey?
No.
Okay.
This is not Baby Joey.
Okay.
I will be horrified if this is Baby Joey. But who knows what Baby Joey... Hey, rewind it there. Let me see what that blue billboard said, too. I might have to get up for this one. Am I going to... Like a frame back? What has it got there? No. Maybe that's just the baseball team.
It's got like a Z there.
Yeah.
Zorro's a part of this DC, right?
Yeah, Batman was watching it when his parents got killed. I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, who knows what they'll make the movie here? It doesn't matter. Sorry, roll with it. What a music! What music! Of course, here we got the hammer blowing up the building, pissing off. He's mad that Superman invaded. Here, no, this is the big part. This is the big one here. So, rewind me. Yeah, good job. Even further, please, because this is the first time we've seen this battle, and that is, yeah. Oh my God! Look at how fucking good that is.
It's hulking like
Come the fuck on right now. Well, it's what now?
Hulking like Cavill a little bit,
Dude.
that body build.
Dude, it's like, dude, like I don't. That would make me so happy, but I don't want to confuse audiences, so I just don't think they do it. Oh, he's got long hair too. I gotta get up.
Besides that, I don't have too much else to say about this album, but I am very excited for Hot Mulligan's one more frame, Greg. Keep going. Now I'm over here. Hot Mulligan's new album and new song are also very good. Or the song's good. The album comes out in a couple months, and I'm very excited about it.
You know, I mean, like I'm excited for this. I hope if right now, Greg Miller, who cannot stop consuming content for Superman the movie. Is his suit changing? Is this like, no, it's just his arm moving. We're hard to go off some stills here. My hope here is that this does not get ruined for me and doesn't turn out lame as shit. But again, he is shooting Heat Vision. Now, so I love the idea of Cavill because I think that would be so fun. But again, I think there's, the general consensus is there's bad taste in audiences' mouths about multiverses already. So do you really want to introduce that right away? But we're introducing a fucking alien dog. So like if anybody could do it and make it just be like, oh, that's how it is, James Gunn. Maybe in the very beginning they mentioned that they've dealt with Earth before. So that'd be cool. I could also see some kind of Zod connection here. I don't know how, if Lex is going to get to Fortress with him to get the Phantom Zone projector, how he would... Maybe Zod got out of the Phantom Zone and is playing as Ultraman and using Lex to get up there to get the Phantom Zone projector. Maybe it won't be at all. I mean, I still think it's Ultraman. It's just going to be a reveal. I think it's just going to be Corn Sweat. I think it's the easiest thing. You take it off, it's Corn Sweat with the mustache and his hair parted the other way or some shit. And they're like, oh my God, and I'm from Earth too or some shit. But again, I wouldn't put it past this universe already knowing about multiple Earths and it not being that weird. And again, maybe we'll get a taste of that.
I like the idea of Bizarro because I do think that could fit in thematically of like him being kind of mindlessly told what to do.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Being under Luther's thumb or whatever.
Yeah. And that being kind of like the core thing of him going like from the last trailer where it's like, oh, like you went off and did this without like government approval and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and, like his
yeah.
whole arc is.
I mean, the Bizarro thing immediately starts to make sense, right? Because what's the weapon of the future in this world? Metahumans, Superman. So if Lex is cloning Superman that he can control like Ultraman, he shows that to the governments of the world that are not terrified. You can all have your own Ultraman. You can all have your own thing. And it is a Bizarro. That would be dope and would make sense. But we'll see. Keep pushing just a little. Okay. The way it tears there kind of makes it look to me like it's a Heat Vision for Heat Vision, but I don't think it is. I think I'm reading too much into that. It's just him getting blasted there. The bruised eyes are brand new as of today as well here. So you imagine that, yes, at some point Superman is in a Heat Vision battle with Ultraman, and he gets whomped in the eyeballs and gets his shit kicked in. Again, this floor here is what I assume is Phantom Zone. We've seen Phantom Zone in the last trailer, right, where Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane use the T-Mobile or whatever, and like, well, you're about to see it in a second. But show up in the Phantom Zone through the portal or whatever. I'm assuming it's the Phantom Zone. Again, there had been some thoughts and rumors last time we did this that developed live on air as we went. First off, just look at the fucking texture of his cape too. Awesome. But that it was maybe in a more multiple Earth shit or pocket dimensions like in Peacemaker. But I'm pretty sure it's Phantom Zone based on it. But I'm interested to see who he's yelling at here and what's going on, if it is just Ultraman or more Kryptonians. Go for it, Bear. Thank you. Here we are again, fighting in this crack. And this is the one thing, too, that I've not come up with a good theory for on what's going on with this crack in Metropolis. We've seen it in multiple things. Again, it has a color to it. And in the other trailers, it kind of dominoes out, which, again, not having the ins and outs. Look at it. It's not like exposed pipes. That's like they're cutting through the dimensions. So again, maybe this is part of this Phantom Zone thing too. I know I'm just using Phantom Zone as an out right now for everything. But again, the blocky Minecraftness almost of it matches, I feel like, what you see inside of these Phantom Zone things, if that's what this is, as it cuts through the ocean, as it cuts into Metropolis. I don't know what's going on with it, though. We'll have to wait till we see it on July 11th. July 8th for me, maybe earlier if somebody would fucking send me to the premiere. Here we go. We got, Superman's punching... Oh, just a regular old Lex guy. Because this is going to be the LexCorp army that comes up. Then you got, the helmet getting torn off this dude, him getting clocked and his teeth popping out. Now, you see, Barry, this is where... Well, first off, where'd those teeth come from? I guess it's back jaw. Back jaw, maybe? Oh, the side jaw. I don't know about that. That doesn't... James Gunn, you're going to have to re-edit that. That doesn't make much sense in the way he got punched. lots of questions here for Greg already. So I've seen the LexCorp armor, of course. Spoilers for this movie if you're not paying attention. Spoilers for this movie if you haven't been paying attention. One of the Target exclusive toys has Lex in this armor. Yes, I have it. Don't worry about it. And so I've known there'd be battle suits. My thought, of course, though, it'd be a human being in a battle suit, which makes me very interested in Superman punching the shit out of this dude and knocking his teeth out. Now, granted, maybe Superman's saying I'm only punching at 15%, but I don't know about that. Maybe he's weakened from the kryptonite too, and whatever battle he's been in. I know we're about to see a bunch of dudes that he's going to unleash, I think, heat vision on it, if I remember correctly from what we saw. But I wonder what's going on with these dudes. Is the suit augmenting them? Is this a digital enhancement and this is another Ultraman clone? I doubt it. But I'm just putting it out there. We're here this is the brainstorm tree. We didn't see the movie. We didn't write the fucking movie. We don't know. Calm down, everybody. Jesus. Barry, let it play. Oh, yeah, because I'm punching at 15% and then I'm fucking sky tackling guys at 5%. Can we go back and see that sky cack? I mean, he's taking that man on. What is his battle suit doing for this man? Shout out to him and Crypto fucking people up, though. Yeah, okay. And he takes them back to the
I do like the idea of like maybe it's an army of the Ultramen. Because, yeah, like this shot of the person's face here does kind of look a little weird.
Dude, no. Look, stop right there. And then look at his ear and look at his hair. Like, that's like a square, like they like Photoshop masked and put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ultraman then. That would make sense. It would be
it's just like, this is what it looks like when we're doing frame by frame, whereas like in motion, right? Like,
sure,
they're cutting down on that just because in motion it's less noticeable. But
yeah, but I feel like
it's more so the lighting for me. The lighting looks weird.
But look at his ear right there. It's like clipping through the suit. His right ear.
Yeah.
If you would go back and forth with it. Yeah, this is a cover up, everybody. Everybody, we got a big cover up here. They're hiding something. James Gunn, what are you hiding? Well, they're all Cavill. Nobody's going to be Cavill, but still. Okay. Yeah, let it on July 11th. See, here we are again with the world getting ripped open with this blue stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Do we think it's like, if we're going to go with the Phantom Zone theory, do we think like maybe it like breaks open and then causes this rift or something like that?
Yeah. I'm trying to, you know, I feel like here's the disconnect for me in the plot is this. I don't understand why Luthor wants the Phantom Zone and why Ultraman's helping Luthor. If he's a clone and he's mindless, whatever, great. Oh, but you know what? Like Bizarro's whole bit is being blocky. So maybe Bizarro would be helping him to then make the Bizarro Earth. That's getting really out there. I'm getting really out there. But you figure like maybe this is something's just gone wrong, but even then it seems like it's the big thing. So like even if Lexi's plan goes awry and starts splitting the world in two, maybe that's part of it too. If it is an Earth 2 thing, they're trying to do this is one that I can't give you any real guidance on. There's a lot of interesting things this could be doing right here, but I don't know what they are. And I won't till July 8th. I love this, of course. I think we've all known. It is if you have not been watching everything like I have, it is confirmed now that this is not the Justice League. This is the Justice Gang. The Justice League does not exist yet in this universe. So you, of course, are waiting for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to get their shit together to start the Justice League. This is, in fact, the Justice Gang. But Guy Gardner facing off with Superman. It looks like we're in that Stag building lobby that we've seen so many times where they're having a heated exchange, and this time Guy Gardner is actually starting to talk some shit, but he'd get his ass kicked. Batman knocked him out with one punch. Ultraman and Superman fighting in the Meteor Stadium. We've seen this a lot. Doesn't mean it ain't cool. Soda Cola in the background, of course. Always huge. Weber Wireless. Something else there I can't read. Douglas. Superman just fucking gonna suplex this man with all his strength. The entire world.
Really quick, this is a nerdy baseball field thing. I'm wondering which baseball field this actually is, because this layout, I believe, might be
Cleveland.
Yeah,
I think they shot. I'm pretty sure they shot in there.
Yeah, because Cleveland's cheap. Like the Meteor sign is kind of covering like the glass windows for that section.
Okay.
That always seems like a little too like rich people go over there to like eat
Fucking rich people.
and watch and stuff. But hell yeah,
to be
this
one day.
definitely is. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Of course, Cleveland, where Superman was created.
Woo!
And then this one shot we've seen of the Daily Planet a million times. I'm not against it by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just like, I'm ready to see more on the Daily Planet, but I also wonder how much I'll get in the Daily Planet. Go forward again for me, Bear. We go in here, Mr. Terrific sending out his stuff from his chair. I'll tell you what, I said this at home too. To get all the exclusive things, you got to buy packs so you have multiple figures. If you would have told me 5 years ago, let alone 30 years ago, whatever, that I'd have multiple Mr. Terrific action figures in my living room, I would have been like, wow, I must have thousands of action figures that are based on way cooler heroes. But here it is. Mr. Terrific sending out his stuff. And then here we are. So again, this is the newest scene we've seen in this trailer. And so, yeah, we have Baby Joey in Superman's hand. We have Metamorpho over there with many tendrils of Metamorpho, it looks like, coming out. So maybe Metamorpho had to sacrifice himself here. And then to the left, what? That looks like maybe a hairy... Oh, Crypto? That's Crypto. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going to say that's Crypto. That's Crypto's paw and arm. And then, Barry, and you have a full screen, so let me know if I sound stupid. That looks like a Crypto paw, and then maybe his cape sneaking out from there.
Yeah, that's my best.
And then, a million blocks. Again, with the blocks here, all the blocks out there, making me wonder if that's a Phantom Zone projection or, a Bizarro thing or whatever. But there's Baby Joey, everybody crying, not having a good time out there.
Theory.
Yeah.
Because Bizarro is kind of like that gray-green, right? Like, it's been a minute for me.
Yeah, usually white. Chalk white.
Baby Joey.
Uh-huh.
A baby clone.
Okay. See, the rumor, it has it that it's Metamorpho's kid, and that's why Metamorpho's being forced to work with Luthor. Because Metamorpho, not a bad guy, but it looks like he's been like, I'm going to kill your kid kind of thing. Or maybe not even kill. Maybe I could cure your kid. Maybe Lex is just dangling that kind of shit in front of him.
Gotcha.
While this. But maybe these are Baby Joey powers, Maybe he's saving Dad and Superman. As they are, in space, it looks like maybe. You got a blue rim there in the lower right corner that I can see. Maybe that's we're above Earth or something. Looks like we're in 0G. Oh, nice. Okay, so the freeze frame there, which I appreciate quite a bit. One further. Is Lois flying the Terrific mobile. What is it called? Terrific G or whatever? But look, okay, yeah, fuck, I didn't notice this before. Okay, so it's the planet with her here. You got Perry White back left smoking a cigar. You got Cat Grant in the very back. You got Jimmy Olsen there. You got, I assume, Ron Troop in the very back there. And I saw Steve, the sports reporter, getting on earlier. Maybe they don't let him on, which would also be fucking funny as hell. Oh, and then hold on. Can you give me back to that freeze frame? We got Jimmy on a laptop. That's a Justice Gang laptop. That's the same logo that's on their outfits. Of course. Oh, hold on.
He's got a board to his right too, of like the kind of.
Let me go look at that.
Okay.
Tell him about your favorite hat.
My favorite hat. I'm not going to tell you about today. One artist that I would recommend all y'all listen to, if you like the recommendations I've talked about earlier, is an artist named Eka Vandal. Her single "Cruising to Self-Soothe," very good, very fun. I highly recommend checking that one out. It's a song I have on the playlist often.
I'm, of course, doing what I can off of a freeze frame. What I think's interesting is that over on that bulletin board, closest to the right side of the frame there, we got a man in his military dress outfit. I don't think it is, but it looks a little bit like Rick Flag. Not Rick Flag Sr., who's the new guy in this, right? I can never remember his name. Grillo. Frank Grillo. He's Rick Flag Sr. from Creature Commandos as well. Remember, he is the dad of Rick Flag from Suicide Squad, who, spoilers for Suicide Squad, got killed in that by Peacemaker, right? Kind of looks like him. Could be because and we already know that's already in the universe. That wouldn't be a big reveal or anything like that, but maybe that's what the board is doing. I wonder if this is... obviously, the planet's going to be goofy. I mean, the Daily Planet. The fact they're all up here together, I wonder if this is actually their board rather than like the Justice Game. And let me look at the computer.
Yeah, I assumed it was their board as well. Like it seems like they're fully putting up shop in this ship. Also, listen to Heart Attack Man's Joyride the Pale Horse, everybody.
I want to put a little bit of question on me calling out that was the Justice Gang logo on that computer. It's again a shaky little screenshot I got here. It looks like it might not be, but maybe it's from Maxwell Lord's brand of electronics kind of shit. Maybe that's the whole thing. So we'll find out when we watch the movie July 11th. Don't forget, pre-order your tickets now. I got tickets to 4K. No, 4 Rumble, whatever it is. Oh, yeah, look, Steve in the background's not sitting down. He's getting bumped around. Nobody likes his ass. All right, Superman now back into... Looks like he's in the gap here. Yeah. Spinning this thing around. Who the fuck is that?
I believe Ultraman. If we're to go off of like in that shot where his laser eye heat vision, where it kind of looks like he's got longer hair. This kind of looks like the same build.
Again,
and
I think
hair.
they're blocking out his face, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But he looks bulkier than he did elsewhere. Interesting.
He looks pretty bulky in those other shots.
You think
too.
so?
Those other action shots, 100%.
Here, maybe it's just the helmet or the thing they put over his head is giving like Juggernaut vibes here, I thought.
Mm.
But yeah, Superman beating the shit out of him, as he should. Our beginning conflict of the Civil War, Superman stops, the kaiju smashing down, Superman saving this girl. And then this scene here. Again, I think, so yeah, we're so interesting. Interesting. So let's talk about what we got here just from this little tidbit. This is inside the chasm of the blocky shit that I've been saying looks like, because that's Metropolis behind Mr. Terrific as he's yelling into the chasm here where clearly like space, but there's that ring over there sucking shit in. Which is what I thought last time around when people were like, they're going through dimensions. It looked like Mr. Terrific and Lois were coming out of a ring very similar to that. So yeah, I got to imagine this is the Phantom Zone sucking in Metropolis. They've jacked up the Phantom Zone projector. I don't know. Maybe it's just some other planet. Are we going backwards or forwards right now?
Backwards.
Okay, cool. Just make sure. But it's sucking things in. It's terraforming. It's doing this.
Yeah, I could, if he gets put into the Phantom Zone at one point, like something that happens outside of it, someone trying to break him out or something.
Yeah.
And then it gets fucked up and then starts sucking in the planet.
Because, yeah, when Mr. Terrific and Lois were in there, they were in complete darkness, and it looked like they were inside the Phantom Zone. Maybe they were deeper in this chasm? I don't know. I'm glad I don't know. I don't need to know everything yet. July 11th, I need to know. I like this line. I'm doing important stuff here. And he's tired. You can tell he's tired. And then, yeah, look at all this. So, yeah, thank you, Barrett. Thank you. First off, Crypto fucking people up. Hell yeah. And then, yeah, all these Lex Core battle suits that, yeah, you have to imagine. Because I'm looking. What's interesting, right, as we watch this, everybody keep me honest. Barrett, keep me honest. I'm looking at everybody's feet and backs, and I am seeing no jetpack, no jet boots. So you would imagine that, yeah, if these are all
Good.
Ultraman style clones, they'd have their own flight capabilities. But I don't see any Iron Man. Like with the Lex toy, I always just assumed, oh, he's gonna have jet boots or something.
Good catch.
But yeah, they're all independently flying right now, and Superman is not holding back whatsoever. Which, of course, is he cutting people in half? No, just knocking them down. Because if they're just clones, he doesn't have to worry about it, right? They're not people.
But the second half of this movie gets into it goes like whole Blade Runner.
Superman, you said you'd never kill anybody. They're not people, they're clones. Wait, well, no, Clark. They have souls. No, they don't. There's like this whole philosophical debate. Crypto's just eating people
What
alive.
is a life?
Yeah, exactly. They're my life to take if they're based on me, yeah? He's like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hell
good catch on the no jetpacks or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no dismemberment or anything.
Yeah. Usually, not usually, I guess. A way around it obviously is always like they only maybe they need the suits to stay sustained or something. You know what I mean? Like they break down if they don't have the suits. They're obviously the clone has to be imperfect to do this and work. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. That's a great looking shot too. Oh, interesting too. Huh. Rewind. We don't get a shot of his face here, do we, at the very beginning? I know we get his beautiful chest. David Corn Sweat, whenever somebody shows you this video, you have a gorgeous chest. Thank you for working out so hard for this role. Okay, no, I was going to say maybe his eyes bruised from here, but they're already bruised. They're already bruised. It's just landing on him. Okay. I'll tell you who will be excited about that scene right there. My son, Ben. I showed him Superman the movie, not last night, but a couple nights ago when we had our Mario Kart date. And I was like, you want to watch Superman the movie? He's like, yeah, and we started going. And he, 78, they were making movies a lot different. So he hung in there for a long time before he asked to fast forward. And he wanted to fast forward to Baby Kal-El, which we did. And then eventually he's like, where's Superman? And we fast forwarded from the Smallville stuff. But then even when Superman was doing stuff, his whole montage of saving people, you've got me, who's got you? And so when that was ending, Ben turns to me, he's like, I want to see him fight somebody. And I went, oh, buddy, that's not this movie. So I was like, oh, no. He's not going to throw a single fucking punch in this movie. Don't worry about that. That's not what they wanted in 78. So Ben will be excited that people are fucking fighting in this movie. So that's good for him. And I guess I did it to myself by showing him fucking Civil War. Like, that kid, he expects superheroes are going to throw down, as they should. And as it looks like they will in Superman, out July 11th, 1 month from today. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, thank you for going down this rabbit hole of Superman content with me, both now and through the 18 years of my career and every time I've ever done something like this. Of course, you will be getting more Superman content than you could possibly want from us, but I won't let it stop me. You can't stop this train or this dream. Remember, tomorrow, Superman in Review begins with 1978's Superman the Movie by Richard Donner. Watch it right now so you can watch us live record it tomorrow when we go through and then set off to review and rank each and every Superman movie. Of course, as Tim talked about today, things are always changing at Kind of Funny. Right now, the plan is this. Superman the Movie in review. Superman next week. Superman 2 in review. Superman 3 in review. Superman 4 The Quest for Peace in review. And then Superman 2025 in review. Because of the way the chips fell on this one, the way the cookie crumbled, we're going to do that. And then the week after, come back in the afterglow and do Superman Returns. If you're one of those people going, what the fuck? What about Man of Steel? Man of Steel, of course, is in DCEU in review. We've already ranked and reviewed that in the DC Cinematic Universe. This is strictly these Superman movies. And if you really want to get mad like me and say, where's Supergirl? Remember, of course, Supergirl has her own movie coming. So I don't know if we're going to put him in here or do that, but I assure you I will make Tim watch Supergirl. Will I make him watch Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut? Not right now, but I will. I'll get him. I'll get them all on that one. Don't you worry. I'll get them. Like I said, there'll be more live reactions, more stupid stuff like this. Maybe I get to sneak my way to the premiere. Maybe we just review it. Maybe you hear me talk about seeing 4DX with Tim, seeing it with my kid, seeing it with my wife, probably sneaking off and seeing it by myself again. Whatever. We don't know. But if you care about Superman like I care about Superman, we'll be talking about here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Spotify, Apple, every podcast service under the sun as a screencast/in review. I think it's all in the in review feed is the easiest way to keep up nowadays. And of course, it bears me a big old thumbs up. Yeah, just do the in review feed. Don't worry. Screencasts go there. All the movie content goes there. And then, of course, if you really like what we do here, pick up a Kind of Funny membership. Patreon.com/kindoffunny. YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames. Apple and Spotify. Get all of our shows ad-free. Support a small independent business. And, of course, get your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series I call Greg Way, where, hey, today's is 19 minutes about Superman the movie being 1 month away. And there's a bunch of other ramblings in there, but you know how it is. For now, I will bid you adieu and say until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.